Check out my mini boba mic. Yeah, it didn't quite come out how I imagined it, so it looks a little funky. But I think it'll do for now. Anyways, down to the boba. For my equity-driven folks, you probably hear the word decolonize a lot. We talk about decolonizing our faith, our diets, our marketing, our business, and something I've been thinking a lot about lately is decolonizing our messaging. Is our messaging colonized? What does that even mean? How do we decolonize it? What does that look like? That's the boba I'm spilling today. Hi, I'm Justine. I'm a messaging strategist and copywriter for equity and social impact driven women of color entrepreneurs and our equity allies. Here to bring our brands alive with strategic messaging and storytelling that sells, and storytelling that's rooted in truth telling. Now, first, let's define what colonizing means in any context. When we talk about colonizing, we're talking about dominance, asserting superiority. We're talking about control over narratives, over truth, over people. We're talking about exploiting and extracting resources, labor, people. We are talking about erasure of history and identity. Now, how does this all show up in messaging? Does it show up in messaging? Oh, yes, it does. When I think about even my favorite copywriting coaches or marketing experts and gurus that are widely popular and admired, even when they're doing something different, because let's face it, I think most people realize that in today's world, marketing has to be more intentional, it has to be more human, especially in this world of AI. But still, even with that intention, a lot of the methods are still generally the same. They are tactics of urgency and scarcity. They're copy that pressures instead of invites, and they're teaching voices that mimic authority instead of truth. Maybe you've felt this way too. I know I certainly have. I've followed the formulas, written the sales pages, even sent the DMs that we're told are supposed to just be conversation starters that aren't pushy, but in your gut you can feel this is not right. Like my stomach is in knots and I'm feeling tension just thinking about it. I really thought, maybe I'm not good at sales. I want so hard to be good at this, but maybe this is just not me. This is not for me. However, I slowly realized that it's not that we're not good at sales or marketing. It's our bodies literally resisting methods of harm. I know for some of you that may come as a shock, like, what? No, we are not here to harm people with our messaging. We are trying to be more human. We're trying to build connection, but the methods are still rooted in harm. And perhaps you can also relate to this. Most of the coaches and the gurus out there, they are not women of color or people of color. So yes, my body resists saying and doing the things exactly the way they say and do them, because methods are not aligned with our lived experience as women of color, as people of color. That resistance we're feeling is urgency that bypasses consent, because we're using sales and marketing tactics that pressure people instead of give them room to make empowered, informed decisions. It's expert posturing in a sense that says, I know better than you. Pain point marketing that triggers shame and fear and guilt. We don't want any of that, do we? And if you're someone who uses templates, oftentimes they are templates that flatten your voice, that mimics whiteness. Now, decolonizing messaging doesn't mean totally throwing out the entire toolbox. Instead, it means rewriting how we use the tools. Instead of creating stress decision-making with FOMO, we lead with care and transparency. Decolonizing messaging simply means messaging that reflects and is aligned with your lived experience as a woman of color, as BIPOC, because we know that we can't just say and do things the way our white counterparts say and do them, nor do we necessarily want to. And if this is stirring something in you, stay tuned, because over the next few bobas, we are going to dive deeper into decolonizing messaging, including how we break free from the common colonized messaging traps that all of us fall for, even myself. We're going to dive into how we reclaim and even know what our true authentic voice is. Plus, we'll get into messaging that goes beyond conversion and sales and creates positive, inclusive, equitable culture. And until then, I am wishing you all a bobalicious day. Cheers.